Wait, now?
Now, once again, Chuck, we are live with Andi, the Resell Chick.
Hey.
How's everyone going? Jesus.
Start over.
Well, this is our first show. Thanks for stopping by, Bobby. Hello, Dina. Robert.
Hey, Dana girl.
My father, Perry. Hello. Marcy. Heard good things about you.
Hi, Marcy.
So Marcy would like to be on the show sometime. Is
Okay.
that acceptable? Is it okay, though?
Well, the thing that I'm afraid of, if we bring her on, there is a good chance that I replace you with her. So
she'd be funnier.
You're like, okay.
She might not be as classy, but she'd be funnier. Hello, Dina and Robert. I got to meet Robert last week.
Oh, how was that? I haven't got to watch videos because, let me see. Okay, good. There's not very many people in here. So the odds of anyone from work being in here are slim. But anyways, it's been crazy. So I've not had any time to do anything but work. So that's cool.
Ridiculous. That's a terrible excuse.
I know. It's like they expect me to do my job. Like they're paying me to do a job or something. It's weird.
Lame.
Hi, Robert.
Robert in real life is loud and obnoxious. Like we'd go into a thrift store, he'd like kick the door open.
Yeah.
We're here. And he'd start knocking crap over and breaking stuff. He'd break something and say, I'm not paying for that. You know, one of those guys. No, just kidding. Robert's a super nice guy.
Was it a good time though? Did you guys?
Yeah, we had a great time.
So you guys went thrifting together then?
Yep. Thrifting, and we had lunch. And it was me and Outcountry Sales and Flippin' Mike and Johnny and Robert's sister, that I hope her name is Becky because that's what I've been referring to her as.
I'm going to call you Becky. I'm not for sure. You're Becky now. Where are you from, Andi?
I'm in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, okay. So we're only like 4 hours apart.
Where are you?
Bloomington, Indiana.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we went to a couple of years ago. We went to an oddity convention in Columbus. It was their first time ever hosting one, and the air went out, and then they did not expect so many people to show up. So it was pretty interesting, but it was fun.
Were you an exhibition?
Yeah.
Mr. Oddity? People keep saying stuff about two trucks. What are they talking about?
I don't know. I don't see it.
Weird.
Hey, Amber.
What are you guys seeing? Because obviously we're not seeing the same thing.
Hello, Amber.
Have you guys had a lot to drink tonight? Seeing two chucks? Come on, guys.
What?
Why are you doing that?
I think you're cross-eyed. Try holding your hand over one eye.
Hi, Lissa.
Lissa? She's here?
Yeah. YouTube's trying to silence me, Lissa. I'm just kidding. I don't know why.
Double the Chuck.
Hi, Mike.
Chuck and up Chuck.
Well, since people are coming in, since you said up, Chuck, we lost 3 people. Good job, Chuck. Hope you're proud of yourself.
Not really. How long have you been
starting to funnel in? Do you want to introduce yourself a little bit, Andi?
Sure. My name is Andi. I'm Resell Chick. I am in Columbus, Ohio. I am a full-time reseller. And yeah, that's it. You want to know anything else? You want to know anything else? I'll tell you.
How long have you been on YouTube?
Oh, just since like March.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Maybe February or March. Yeah, I'm a newbie. I've been reselling for 6 years. Well, actually 7 because we started off flipping furniture. But yeah, I haven't, I've only been on YouTube just a few months.
That's good to know. I didn't miss much then.
No, you didn't. Not at all. Yeah, Anthony is my boyfriend. We've been together 13 years, and he's been saying you should get on YouTube. You should make YouTube videos. And I'm like, nobody wants to hear what I got to say.
Anthony who?
Anthony is my boyfriend.
Which Anthony? Anthony we know? Like a
No,
YouTuber?
no, he's not a YouTuber.
Oh,
No,
okay.
you'll probably never see him. He does not want to be on camera at all.
Hi,
Just
Johnny.
you. He wants you
Thanks
to
for
be
coming back, Bobby.
the face of the company, huh?
Yeah, evidently.
When man, no one's getting notifications from me. I told you YouTube silencing me. Sorry, Jesus, can't even speak.
Because he can't talk.
I know. They're like, the guy can't talk. Why are we gonna let everyone find out about his live? Oh, what did I do to this live? Johnny couldn't find it either.
Maybe it's too much Chuck.
I think you got too much Chuck going on. Hi, Steven.
Chuck roasting the potatoes. Can you hear my fan back here?
No.
Nope.
The delay thing is really
So-
messing me.
You said you started flipping furniture.
Yes.
Where did you get your furniture? Did you get like it from estate sales or
Craigslist. We would just get furniture like a big heavy oak pedestal table. I would sand it all down. I would paint the base. I would stain the top, and then I'd sell it. I'd buy them for like $20-$30 and sell them for like $200-$300.
Oh
Nice.
wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And then we also did some Amazon returns where there's a hub down the road for the online auctions, and like dressers and bookcases and stuff that comes in the box, put it together, sell it for like $125. We'd buy it for $15-$20. So that's how, like, I was doing that while I was still working. Like I did hair for 25 years, and then I quit that and went back and got my degree. And then I was loss prevention manager. And then they laid everybody off in one day. So while I was looking for another job, Anthony had started doing retail arbitrage and selling on Amazon and eBay. And so while I was looking for a job, I just looked to see whatever I could find out about it and learn about it. And then I decided I didn't want to go back to work and that I was going to try to make that work. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Not that you got laid off, but that you're doing this now, what you're wanting to do.
It was fine. I worked for Sears, and they all closed. They closed all of their stores. So, and it wasn't a great store that I worked. I mean, it was a lot of theft, which was my job. My job was to, do that. So, it was fine. I didn't mind. I really didn't mind. I worked there, and then before that, I worked at a Burlington, which was equally as crappy. So, yeah, it was not in the best area, and just it was a lot of theft. So, which is job security, but it was very negative. It was very negative.
It sounds like it would be.
Yeah. So, I was just like, I don't really, and it was getting really dangerous. And at the time when Sears closed, I was in my early 40s, and I'm like, I don't want to go back to doing that because it's just getting dangerous. Like there were people, news reports of people getting stabbed, shot, maced, all of that. I have been laid out on the floor, like punched. I had my hair pulled out. Yeah. I mean, it was just really dangerous. And I'm like, I really don't want to do that anymore. So yeah, I just decided to try to make it work. We just watched as many videos as we could watch, and I read as many articles as I could read, and still learning, 6 years later, still learning. But
I think it's always a learning process too.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, it's always changing, and
Yeah, we made a lot of mistakes. With a lot of mistakes at first, and I'm like, this is terrible. But you just learn. You just learn. Watch people learn. Craigslist Hunter was the first person we watched, and I still
Oh, yeah.
watch him. I just love him.
So do
And
I.
I did not know he was going to be at the rally, and I'm so bummed. So bummed. I would love to meet him.
I want to make a road trip
Hi,
down to your
Tamara.
shop.
Yeah, that would be
Wow, Ella. Just want to make sure I say hello.
Hey, Ella. Hey, Adam. Hey, Bobby.
Bobby likes my cap. I don't know why. I can't
Yeah,
remember where
I
I got
think-
it.
I feel like if you've never made a mistake, then something's up.
Yeah.
Because I'm like you. I made so many mistakes when I first
Yeah.
really got serious about it, and I'm just
Mhm.
like, what am I doing? Like,
Eh,
maybe I should just. I mean, I still work a 9 to 5, but at the time, I'm like, maybe I'm just meant to work a 9 to 5, which I'm glad I never gave up on it. But it's just big learning curve. And that was with me, and I'm sure with you too, watching videos. And I still made what I call really bad rookie mistakes.
Yeah. There were brands that we picked up that we really thought, because we started with men's clothing. And I don't ask me why, other than I knew men's clothing. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, well, let's do that. So we started off with a lot of men's denim, which we still sell men's denim. I'm not a real big fan of women's clothing. There are certain brands that I will sell, but like we were just picking up crap, and we didn't realize it at the time. And also 6 years ago, there are brands that sold really well that aren't selling now because they're so saturated, and we're still trying to get rid of some of that old stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I went through a bunch of golf shirts, and I'm going to lot them together. I'm just going to lot them, like lot sizes together and try to sell them that way. And if they don't sell that way, I'm just going to donate them.
Yeah.
I'm sick of messing with it.
it gets to that point.
Yeah. I think, when we ventured,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
when we ventured into hard goods is when like we really, our store really started producing a lot more.
Yeah, it would be really hard for me to start selling clothes again because I had such a hate. I still have a hatred towards clothes. I know some people make it work, but it's just something I struggled with, and I do not enjoy seeing them in my inventory.
Yeah, I mean, and I watch videos of people that sell, certain brands that don't do well for us. They sell them all day long, and more power to them. I'm happy for them.
But then you're like, what are you doing different than me? Because I'm like, I'm the same way. When I was selling certain shirts, I'm like, yeah, I'll look out for this. What is happening? I'll like keep up my eye out for like a certain brand, buy it because I saw it on another person's channel that's selling it. And then it's like, oh, mine just has sat there for 6 months now. What am I doing wrong?
Yeah. I mean, it's really frustrating. I mean, we were selling, well, I still have men's suits and sport coats, which are long tail to begin with. And then we watch Hart Pickers, and he's selling all these suits like left and right. And I'm like, how are you selling them? Because they're just sitting in my store. So yeah, it's frustrating. But we started branching out into hard goods and just basically any category that we find that, things are going to sell. And we got a bunch of stuff for free at one point that was just everything. And it was a storage unit that was in my family. And my mom wanted to get rid of it because she hadn't been in it for 7 years and she's paying for it every month. She's like, if you help clean it out, you can have whatever you want out of it. So that's we got into ephemera. We got into parting stuff out. We got into whatever. It was just a lot of different things that we had to learn, or I had to learn all over, but it was fine.
That's awesome though. You got all that inventory.
Yeah.
Johnny has a question for you.
Yeah.
Does your boyfriend have an antique or thrift shop that he runs? And do you do all the furniture to put in the shop?
Oh, no, we were just doing the furniture here. He actually has a full-time career. He's in the mortgage banking industry. So he works 40, 50, sometimes 60 hours a week. And so, no, I was doing the furniture and I was redoing it in our garage. And then just putting it on Craigslist or, Facebook Marketplace or whatever and selling it that way. Since then, there's a boat in my garage, so I've lost my workshop. So we don't really do furniture anymore at all. I have a couple of pieces that I still have. But for the most part, everything's been sold, and we went into men's clothing. Yay, men's clothing.
What platforms do you sell on, Andi?
eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace. We don't really have anything. We don't have anything at all on Amazon right now, but we started off doing some things on Amazon when he was doing retail arbitrage and, finding new with tag stuff he would put on Amazon. The first thing we sold, there were two things. First thing we sold on Amazon were these wine flasks that we got at Target for $13, and they sold for like between $60 and $70 each.
Oh, wow.
And then the other thing was Star Wars Legos, which we were gated. So we sold them on eBay, and we had like, I don't know, four to six boxes of them, and they just sold like, so we were like, okay, let's do this.
Hi, Miss Taffy.
Hello, Miss Taffy.
Everything that we have is on eBay. Not everything that we have is on the other platforms. I just kind of pick and choose what I think will sell better on each platform. I don't like Poshmark very much, and I don't like Mercari, but I sell on them anyway.
Okay, will you tell me something real quick? Which I've watched so many effing videos. What is the secret to Mercari? I cannot sell a damn thing to save my life on there. I think I've gotten one sell in I don't know how many months, and I've tried to cross list and things. I guess I may be picking the wrong things to put on there, but what's the secret?
I've sold so many different things on there. I don't really send out offers very much, so it's not that. I do send offers sometimes. The thing about Mercari that I don't like about offers is your offer has to be 10% lower. Mm-hmm. And then if you send out an offer again, it has to be 10% below that. And I'm not about that life. I'm like, no.
Same here. That's why because I watched one video and they were like, oh, send offers. And I'm like, Jesus, if I keep sending offers, I'm going to be giving it to them.
Yeah. I really don't know what it is because the things that we've sold, I've sold some clothing. I've sold whenever I'm at yard sales or thrift stores or whatever and see like cross stitch kits, I pick them. If they're new and sealed package, I pick them up because they will sell. But they're kind of long tail. So I've sold that. I've sold shoes. I really can't tell you. I really don't know the secret because and I don't sell on there as much as we sell on eBay, but I don't know, a few things a week, I would say probably 3 to 5 things a week we'll sell on Mercari.
Still, even if it's just 3 to 5 things a week, that still adds up over time.
Yeah.
Hi, Dina.
I think that people are just like Poshmark. I think people are cheap on there. I get a bunch of lowball offers, which I usually just ignore. If they're really lowball, I ignore them. Same thing on Poshmark. If I get a really lowball offer, I ignore it because I'm not trying to play games with them. I may go back with a counter, and then usually they're out because they realize I'm not going to sell it to them for that price. But yeah, as far as Mercari, I don't know. And I'm still figuring Mercari out. I've only been on Mercari for a few months. I had a bunch of stuff on there, not a bunch. I had probably 50 or so things on there, and I went through and deactivated everything because I got so frustrated with listing. Their shipping is high.
Hi, Keith.
People don't want to pay the shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stinks.
You know, they give you this price that you should price it. And then when you go above that, it turns red and they're like, slow sale. Like they're shaming you. And I'm like, don't shame me. So I did it. Then I went back and activated everything. I had to get over it. I just got over it. Like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care that they're shaming me. I'm just going to do it. So I did. And yeah, we sold probably 3 to 5 things. But I don't like that the shipping is so high.
Do you use that automatic price reduction thing on there?
No, I turned that off.
That is stupid.
It's really dumb.
Because I do it, and like within 48 hours, it's at your bottom price. I'm like, well, what's the point of that?
Yeah, I turn them off. I turn it off right then. Like when I'm doing my listing, I turn it off because I'm like, they're not doing that. They're not lowering the price now.
I'd be all right with it if they waited like a few weeks or something, but
yeah, no, next day, boom.
Yep. Hi, Paul.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I had something the other day that was selling on eBay for like $35 ish, you know, the comps. And then I put it on, I go to list it, cross-post it on Mercari, and it's telling me $9. And I'm like, you don't know me. You don't know me.
Right.
Yeah, I get mad. I take offense to it, and I shouldn't, but I do. I just get pissed off at them.
Kiss my ass, McCurry.
Yeah, like I do. I cuss them out all the time. Well, and so if you're listening and you have to put the brand in, if they don't have the brand, then you have to click the no brand or don't know.
Yeah, that's dumb too.
How are they going to, they're not going to know what brand. I mean, I always have it in my title. And that's another thing, the 40 characters. I can't explain everything in 40 characters. So I just make sure that my description is as detailed as possible. Hi, Carissa. Make sure that my description is as detailed as possible so that, people know what I'm freaking selling.
I'm bad at the tags too. They ask you to put tags, and I'm like, hashtag awesome. I don't know what that
Hashtag awesome.
Doug, if it makes you feel better, I'm terrible when putting tags, even if it's on a status or anything. I just suck.
I don't usually put tags in unless I'm trying to think of. I just listed a bunch of Christmas items, vintage Avon Christmas. So I did put vintage. I did put Christmas in the hashtags, but I don't usually do hashtags. I don't know how well it helps.
Yeah.
I mean, you're selling 3 to 5 a week, so you're doing okay. I mean, to me,
yeah.
I mean, you're having consistent sales. Well,
and I think consistent listing. You got to list consistently. So when I list I do not have a cross poster. Like I don't use software because I'm cheap.
Yeah.
And I'm so cheap. And I kind of got it down. I list on my computer. I have all the freaking, windows, the tabs. And I go through and I do all of my pictures on all of them. And then I copy and paste my description on all of them. So it doesn't really take that long. I know cross listers or cross whatever are really good, but I'm cheap.
Yeah. Well, I looked into it because I saw a couple of resellers talking about it. I think one time there was someone like on Johnny's show and then a couple of other shows I was listening to. And then I looked into it and it's just like, right now I cannot justify the cost.
Yeah.
Maybe once I get bigger where, start hitting my goals, then maybe. But right now it's just, hard for me to swallow that price.
Yeah, it's really kind of, I mean, it's expensive. It really is. Dina, Thrifty Junker, she has one that she uses that she did a video on. And I think that one's cheaper. I can't remember
I'll have
exactly
to
what it
check
was.
that out.
And it has a Poshmark bot. Well, it's not a bot. It's supposed to be like a virtual assistant, but it's basically a bot that helps you, that shares your closet. Because I don't share my closet. I might share it once a month or, every couple weeks. If I'm just sitting around, I might share it, but I don't consistently share my closet. I have before, and I don't really notice it making a difference. And
Yeah.
I put most of my effort into eBay because I sell higher prices on eBay than I do anything else.
You might as well. It's the larger audience.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I've had some luck on Facebook Marketplace. Actually, I've started after watching Kat talk about the Facebook Market, the stuff that she's sold on Facebook Marketplace. I've started listing some of our like glassware. With the Facebook Marketplace.
Is Andi cutting out for everyone or just for me?
She was cutting out for me too.
Am I good?
Yeah, you're good now.
You're good now.
Okay.
How many?
I just assumed it was my internet until you said that, Chuck, because sometimes my internet does that to me.
Well, I'm sure you're at fault. That's not the question.
You guys were cutting out for me, so it must have been mine. It must have been mine.
She's turning this on us now.
Let me know. Let me know if it happens again, though, and I'll.
Will do.
You can't pin this one on me. So how many listings do you have on any one platform?
eBay, I have about 1,200.
Oh, wow.
And then I think Poshmark, maybe, I don't know, maybe 400 on Poshmark. And then I don't even think I have 100 listings on Mercari yet. And then Facebook Marketplace, I'd say maybe 20, 30, maybe 30 on Facebook Marketplace. But eBay by far is our biggest. And so everything goes on eBay.
Did you say you ship on Facebook?
Yes.
You do?
It's super easy.
I
was completely against having to pay for shipping on. Real quick, Lisa, I'm going to check that out. Thank you for sharing that. I'm just curious on how easy it is to use. But on Facebook, I was against it. Like, I will never ship on Facebook. And then I realized a lot of local people quit buying my stuff. So I offered shipping, and it's actually really easy. The only thing that irritates me, and it could be because I'm just a little bit of a prick and, high maintenance, I guess, but is the 15 to 20 days or whatever it is to get paid. Like it seems like it takes forever.
Yeah, I kept looking. The first thing I actually ever shipped was a pair of military boots, Air Force desert boots. And yeah, I kept looking and I'm like, are they going to give me my money? Am I going to pay? Are they going to pay? And they've already paid. I just wasn't getting my money. And so I don't like that at all.
Hi, Mandy.
I don't understand why that is either, because the money's there. Once the people get it, why?
I don't understand that, because it irritated me because I sold a camera and the buyer, I think my profit was about 103 and the buyer was like 132 and they received it. And it was like 7 days later before they gave me the money. It's like, what are you waiting on?
Yeah, I don't get that either.
Are you collecting interest on my money or something?
I don't think they do. I think it's really hard to actually get a return on Facebook. So I don't know if they're waiting for a return or what. But it's like 7 to 10 days.
I hope your kid gets feeling better, Mindy.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, so now anything that I post, I mean, not the huge stuff, but anything that I'm posting on eBay, I've been cross-listing as much as I can on Facebook because I've noticed since I've offered shipping, I've been actually selling things on a regular basis on Facebook now, which is shocking to me. But because, like I said, it's like the locals caught on to me finally and quit buying. And as soon as I started offering shipping, I was getting orders. I'm like, well, this is awesome. I should have done this a long time ago.
Yeah, I started. First thing I did was list all of our shoes. All of our shoes went on Facebook Marketplace, and then like little by little, I would just add a few things. Any kind of, if I find like educational, like homeschool kits or whatever, those definitely go on Facebook Marketplace because I've sold some of those locally. Small appliances, like because I part them out. So like all of those go on Facebook Marketplace, but I don't put any clothing on there. Maybe coats or something.
Yeah.
I had a Cincinnati Bengals coat that was a really nice coat that I put on there, and it didn't sell on there. It sold somewhere else. But like, you know, sport coats or whatever. I don't do suits, sport coats, any other clothing.
So when I was trying to get rid of the clothing from hell, I called it, and I was posting it just locally on Facebook, I was getting freaking offers of like $2 or $3 on $10 items. And then I would be a smart ass and send a message saying, if a value mill cost of a shirt is going to be too much of you might want to reconsider your spending habits, because it's like, I'm not going to take $2 and I have to go meet you somewhere because I'm not going to let some psycho come to my house.
Yeah. We have an Aldi that is like right around the corner from us, and it has this huge parking lot, and it's really like public. It's on a big intersection, and that's where I will meet people because it's right by my house. And I have in my listings must meet in Galloway because that's actually where I live. But I have, you know, must meet there. And of course people are like, where are you? Where are you located?
Yeah.
Well, it says right there, man. That is a huge pet peeve of mine. People that don't read.
Oh my God.
That's you know, that's eBay, Poshmark, that's any of them. You know, they don't read. But man, I get that all the time on Facebook Marketplace. Where are you located? Because I had a bunch of stuff that we were cleaning out our back room where I have my hard goods, and there was a bunch of furniture in there that I was going to do something with and then never did. And I've had it for a couple of years, and I'm like, I just want it gone. So I put it for free. I put it for free on Marketplace and pretty much got rid of all of it in a day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. But I'm like, you got to come get it.
Yeah. Like, I don't understand. And like me, I'm annoying. If I'm buying, and this is just an example, but this is how stupid I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm buying like a bag of chips. Not only am I online, which I do buy a certain brand through Amazon, so we're ridiculous. But
That's funny.
I read the description very carefully. I always have been like this, and then I also do like the reviews of the seller and everything.
Yeah.
So I got this auction house. I'm not going to call them out on here because I'm going to be as respectful as I can. They screwed a bunch of people over, and they're about 30 minutes north of me. And what they were doing was they were basically listing items that the descriptions were wrong. So what I thought I was buying was a stand-up desk. So I bought two of them, one for myself, one for my daughter. And then I had $50 each invested, which to me was a hell of a deal because the brand Flexi Desk or something is really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And they had pictures posted onto the actual boxes stating that it's a stand-up desk. And when I brought them home, because I had to go pick them up, they helped me load them. And when I brought them home, I was reading the box, and it says if you ordered a desk, it will come in small print. So if you ordered a desk, it will come in more than one box. And I'm like, well, that's weird. I only got one box. And I open it, and all it is the brand new tabletop to the desk. There's no legs, nothing. So I'm stuck with two tabletops. And the reason I'm telling that story is because I tried putting them on Facebook. Someone offered me $25, and I'm going to take a hit, but I can't get rid of them. Who wants it? Just the top of a desk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I met this guy, and he was like, so do I just press a button and the legs come out, or what happens? And I go, you did not read the description, did you? And he goes, dude, I didn't. Why? And I'm like, it's not a desk. I go, I put
Dude.
in big letters in the title, tabletop only.
Yeah.
And then I go in the description. I even put in the title, read description, and it
Yeah.
says tabletop. It is not a desk. He goes, oh, I'm sorry for wasting your time, man. I'm like, me too. I just had a feeling it was too good to be true. Because he was like, I thought $25 for a stand-up desk was really cheap. And I go, I would never have sold that to you.
That irritates the shit out of me.
Yeah.
It really does. Like, I get so mad. And I just want to say, like, when they say, well, how tall is it? And I just want to say, read the description. It's all of my measurements are in all of descriptions, whether it's like clothing or, you know, on eBay, I have all of my measurements in there. If it's, you know, like a figurine or something, I have all the measurements in the listing. Don't ask me what the measurement is. Because I'm about to get redneck on them because I get really mad. And I just want to say, did you read the description? And then I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to say it's in, you know, what I say is, as I put in the description, it's 4 inches or whatever.
Yeah.
I get so mad. Like, oh.
That's what I said on my Tinder. As in the description, it's for. I've actually seen listings on eBay where they've said, if you don't bother to read the listing, please do not buy from me and stuff like that.
Oh, man.
Which I don't think is the right approach. But
Keith, you're spot on. Just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, it's just people that. So there's a lot of pet peeves that I have. I have a lot of pet peeves.
Yeah, I do too. I feel
because honestly, I'm kind of a bitch, but I really am.
it takes a big person to admit that.
You know what? I am full disclosure. I'm kind of a bitch. So, you know, when people like are on my nerves like that, when they don't read descriptions or, you know, when they don't have any kind of personal responsibility for anything, that really irritates me. And I will usually say something snarky to them because they're not going to buy it anyway. So I just am a little snarky. I can't help it. I just am.
There is a little bit of satisfaction that you get from doing that, isn't there?
Yes. And see, Anthony is very much, he evens me out. Like he's very laid back. He is the voice of reason all the time. And like he'll call me on my bull crap. He'll call me on it. You know, if I'm being bitchy, he'll call me on it. And so usually I don't make bad decisions when he's around, but when I'm left to my own, I'm
Watch out, right?
I can shoot my mouth off a little bit and then I regret it later sometimes.
Hey Keith,
yeah.
I'm right there with you. I always meet if it's a public. There's a basically it's I don't know if you guys have Kroger around where you are at the grocery store.
Yeah.
There's a gas station right down the road from me that's a part of Kroger, so I meet there because it's always full. There's always a ton of witnesses. So if I get killed, I ain't going down. Hopefully someone says something, but they're like, oh, it's just that guy that pulls up here every week. He deserves it. Hi, Maggie.
Nate, will you throw Gino out for me? Someone let him in, and I can't have that.
Let me go ahead and remove him.
Hey, Gino.
As soon as I get caught up in the chat, which actually I need to go through real quick and give people wrenches. The chat's just going crazy.
It is.
Like I can't even Keep up. This is insane.
What's your short little legs?
Dude, come on, man.
Was that a low blow? I apologize.
No, it's all right. I know I got very short.
I wasn't sincere anyway.
I got chicken legs, dude.
How can they be small and
hold up
chicken?
my body, dude?
Flippy McFlipperson says our police station has a designated meeting spot. Ours does too. Well, several of our police stations do, but there's not one around me, so I don't use that. But
Yeah.
I mean, the closest police station is kind of far away, so I usually just do the Aldi because it's very public and I
It's
only
safer that way because you see horror stories all the time, and it's just like,
oh
I
yeah,
ain't going down like that.
oh yeah,
Hello,
and
Evan, by the way.
I'm a true crime buff. Like I love true crime and I watch a bunch of different YouTube channels. That is scary.
I watch a ton of true crime, and it's like, this person's sus. I can't trust.
Yes. Yes.
Marcy always watches those snapped shows where the wives go nuts then and kill their husbands.
Oh, we watch those too, and I told my wife I don't blame her if she ends up killing me one day.
I don't sleep those nights.
There is a YouTube channel called That Chapter.
Hi, Louie.
He's really popular. Like he has a ton of subscribers, and he's an Irish guy, and he does the whole story. I really like him. He uploads on Tuesdays and Fridays, and I really like him. And then there's a girl named Bailey Sarian who does her makeup while she tells the story. She's got like 5 million followers. Like I'll get on there because I love her. I'll get on there and watch her, and I'm like, this was just uploaded today, and she's already got 1 million views. And I'm like, how is this possible? And before she started that, it's called Murder, Mystery, and Makeup. And before she started doing that, she had like 100,000 subscribers. Nothing to sneeze at, But as soon as she started doing that, and it was just a fluke, she just was telling a story one time of this true crime story that she had heard, and bam. And then ever since then, she's done it every week. And she's got like 5 million subscribers. It's crazy.
I'm writing that one down.
Yeah, write it down. Chuck, you can do your makeup
Yes.
while you tell a
Sorry,
true crime story. There you go.
While I'm telling jokes.
While
Maybe
you're
that's
telling
what I
jokes.
need to do to blow up on YouTube. Like, just have me attempt to put makeup on while I'm telling the story.
There you go.
See
I'd watch that. I'd watch it.
That's called a get ready with me. So you have to do GRWM in your title. Get ready with me. And you can put on your makeup while you're telling jokes to a story.
I don't know if I'll go ahead and talk about it. I don't care. So
God.
me and my brother-in-law over Memorial Day weekend were talking, and he always makes fun of me for eating with a fork because it makes things a lot more complicated for me than just eat if I were to grow a pear and eat with my hands one day.
Yeah.
But he goes, you should start a channel. Actually, I won't tell you what it's called because I don't want anyone else to start it. But anyways, it's basically going to be a guy struggling to eat with a utensil. It's going to be dumb. Like he goes, I would watch that. I'm like, that sounds so dumb, but yet it's like something that would take off.
Have you seen some of the channels out there? You should totally do that. You should totally do that.
Flippy, you should cut your toenails and tell children's stories. I think there's a fetish for that.
So do you eat
Probably
chicken wings with a fork?
Well, I'm vegetarian, but when I did eat chicken wings, I did eat with a fork.
Okay. You just don't you don't like to touch food? Is that?
I think I don't care if they're watching, but my mom's side of the family has I think traumatized me with the way they've eaten over the years,
Oh,
like growing
okay.
up with their hands, and
Right.
I
So you're
cannot
just like,
touch
no,
my
I'm not them. We are not the same.
Well, it's just like there's just so many germs going into their mouths, and
Yeah.
I think over time it has like traumatized me. Because trust me, I would. Oh, Jared Tosti, my supervisor, my buddy. Like I don't know. It's just one of those mental things now to where I would love to be able just to sit there and eat with my hands, but I
Yeah.
freak out.
Yeah.
This is gonna be stupid, but I freak out if something gets on my fingers or my hands.
Yeah.
I don't
All
know.
right.
I have issues. I should probably see a
I
therapist.
would have loved being your brother because at every meal I would have just touched something on your plate that I wanted.
Oh, that's terrible.
Dude,
then
my brother kind of feels bad for me because we will be like if we go to my mom's for dinner or anything, and I see her like lick her finger, I'm just like sitting there staring and making sure she does not touch anything that I'm eating.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, that's kind of gross. Yeah.
it's just it's nasty.
I used to be terrible at potlucks because I would want to know who made everything. Like, you know, if
Same.
there's
I
like
would
a
never.
work,
I don't
I'm,
participate.
I'm like, who brought that? Who brought that? Oh, I'm not eating that. Who brought that? Because all I can think of is like some woman with a bunch of cats, and their cats are all over their, you know, counter or whatever, and then she's
Yeah,
bringing some potato salad with.
I got you. Yeah, it's. I don't know. Like I never participated most of the time. Like sometimes I would bring something, but I would not participate because you just don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't know. You don't know people. You don't know what their house looks like. I get that. Man, I get that.
Yeah, but you don't know what they're doing to your food in a restaurant before it comes up.
No, that's true. That's true.
Mike, I usually eat pizza with the I kind of if I have it, I have another issue too. I like to have a strong fork. Like it has to feel strong. So I like a fork that I can just cut the pizza without having a knife. But if I don't, then I use a knife and a fork. I live a very troubling life, guys. I apologize.
Sometimes I eat pizza with a fork because sometimes it's too hot. And we have a couple pizza places around here that have like super thin crust. And if you try to pick it up, it's like, so I will sometimes eat pizza with a fork. Just saying.
You ever bring your own fork?
No, I don't bring my own fork. I have brought my own salad dressing though. The restaurants. I have. Because I know what's in it.
And it's not there's a lot of times where if I do go somewhere, I'll have hand sanitizer and I'll sanitize the silverware even if they've washed it. I'm just
so if you go to a restaurant and they have forks that you approve of, do you say the fork is strong with this one?
Well, I still sanitize them. But no, I did not say the fork is strong with this one. I'm just like,
you will from now on.
Oh god, that's funny.
And
if you don't approve, then you say fork this, right?
Fork this. Fork your buddy.
Get the fork out of here with this.
Well, and I know I might have mentioned this before, but in 2016, I think it was, we went to the Dominican Republic, and at the resort, they were like manhandling our food, like without gloves.
Yeah, that's gross.
And my wife's like, "What are you gonna do? Not eat all week?" Because I love my food, so I'm like,
yeah.
Well, I guess I'm gonna eat. And then, I'll just be honest, I had the shits all week, but I was like, is it because they're touching my food? Like, you know what I mean? And then it could have been too because my wife, we went to this monkey reserve, and my wife may or may not have dropped her phone in a porta potty that had never been emptied.
Oh.
And got it out of there because a lot of her pictures are on
gone.
There. Oh god, no!
Her hands touching my hands. We were all really sick.
Yeah.
So I think we got something from that trip,
Oh, I bet you did.
but it was.
Oh, my phone goes in
Luckily
a
that
porta
phone's
potty.
dead
It's
now.
gone. Like I'll be buying a new phone. I can't. But
Well, she did not want to because it was towards the end of our trip.
yeah, she
Not
would
want
not
to
have
leave
a
all
phone.
her pictures, and I'm like, "Are you really going to take it?" And
Oh
then the
yeah.
place we were had no
Man.
running water because it was like a village. So
Oh.
literally, she was putting sanitizer and like putting some bottled water on it. It's not a problem moment.
The last
I mean,
Oh,
three
luckily we
months,
had a waterproof case to throw it in, so she could
yeah.
still use it afterwards. But it's traumatizing. So
that's the
thank you.
fastest I ever went from being hungry to being not hungry without actually eating something. Thanks for the story.
Listen, the movie Waiting traumatized me, but I mean, I've worked at a restaurant in the past, and I got to see how some people fix the food, and it's just one of those things I don't like to think about because my cousin, he owns his own business, and he cleans restaurant hoods for a living. And he just loves to tell me stories of restaurants, how nasty they are. He goes, "Oh, I know you eat here. Let me tell you about this." And I'm just like, "Well, I mean, I can't."
No,
I guess
I don't want to know.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't.
bad.
I don't want to know. My uncle used to deliver uniforms and mats and stuff like that to restaurants, and he would tell us some of the things that he's seen in the back, and I'm like, I don't want to know. I like that restaurant, and then I could never go back. It's so gross. I like these newer restaurants that like everything is out. There was a Greek place down the road that it was kind of like the Chipotle model where everything is out, right there, and you could see everything. I like that because I can see it's clean. I don't like when it's behind the wall that I can't see.
I remember in high school when, like, because all your friends worked at the local McDonald's and Hardee's and whatnot, and then they would tell you, okay, don't ever get ice cream when this person's working because when she cleans it at night, she's licking off the pieces that she has to clean.
Oh my God. Who does that?
And don't ever get nachos when, Andi, I knew a guy named Andy
Yeah.
that you'd never buy nachos when he was working because he would stick his finger in the cheese.
Oh my God, why?
That's terrible. No, I don't like that. Mm-mm.
I'm trying
Do you
to
like
give
mustard?
everyone wrenches that I have forgotten.
What's your favorite kind of mustard?
I like the spicy mustard, the brown spicy mustard.
Oh, yeah.
I usually get the Kroger brand, but it's like the Gildan's or whatever is the.
Yep. I'm familiar.
Yeah.
That stuff
But
is so good.
Yeah, I usually get Kroger brand or whatever, but I like the spicy mustard. I like yellow mustard too, though. I mean, on a hot dog, I like, ketchup and mustard.
Yeah,
I don't eat a lot.
yellow on a hot dog.
I don't eat a lot of ketchup, but yeah, I like hot sauce. Hot sauce on my burger, I like mayonnaise, mustard, and hot sauce, onions and pickles. That's it.
I've never put hot sauce on a burger.
I started doing that because when I went, do you guys have Five Guys?
Yeah,
no,
we
I've
have
heard
one
of
in
them.
town here.
Yeah, Five Guys burgers and fries. When I would go there, like they have all these different toppings, and I love hot sauce, so I put hot sauce on it, and it's the shit. It's so good. And they use Frank's, which is my favorite hot sauce.
Oh my God! Like I eat Frank's. I'm not even exaggerating. Every day.
I love Frank's. Tabasco is not my favorite. There's another one, and I can't remember the name of Texas Pete.
Yep.
Now, when we were in Louisiana, the Louisiana hot sauce is what most restaurants had, and it was pretty good. But Frank's is my favorite. I like Frank's.
Texas Pete used to be my favorite until one day the universe aligned and the sweet taste of Frank's hit my lips, and I'll never go back. I love their buffalo hot sauce.
Yeah, it's really good. I usually make my own buffalo. You just melt butter and then pour Frank's in it, and that's basically buffalo sauce. I usually do that, but yeah, their buffalo sauce is really good. Marcy, mayo, not Miracle Whip. She says mayo or Miracle Whip.
Yeah, don't start that one, Mars.
Hey, can I ask you a serious question, Andy?
Yes.
Okay. So if you don't want to answer, it's fine, but
Okay.
it may be too personal. But what is that one smell you want to keep smelling despite the fact it doesn't smell very good?
Gasoline. I love the smell of gasoline.
No, gas smells good. What about you, Chuck?
Yeah.
I like gasoline's a good one, but I also like the smell of tires, new tires, like at Farm and Fleet. I love that smell. And you, Nate?
Well, you know, you have that one smell that isn't really good, but you want to keep smelling it, because but a fart. When you fart, man, it's like you want to smell your fart. See what's
your
going
own fart
on.
or everybody's farts?
No, screw that. Not everyone's farts, but your own. It's like, boy, that's bad, but you kind of keep smelling it. You know what I mean?
It's funny because I think everyone likes that. Because you farted. You're the only one in the room, and what do you do, though? Ooh. You smell it. You know it's there. Why do you sniff? I think you're onto something there.
Just saying.
Honestly, let me tell you something. The ketogenic diet, you don't fart.
What? You have to fart, don't you?
Nope, you don't.
Are you on keto right now?
Yes.
And you don't fart?
Nope.
Would Anthony agree, or would he say, no, at night you're stinking it up?
No, he's on keto too. No. Nope.
Wow.
I remember.
You just blew my mind with this information.
Gasoline scratch and sniffs. She's talking about the gasoline scratch and sniffs. I remember those.
I do too.
The scratch and sniffs were the bomb in the 80s. I had a bunch of sticker books with a bunch of scratch and sniffs in it. Those were
a bunch of kids sitting in a classroom with your favorite notebook.
Yeah. Yes.
Weirdos.
One day we got some, I don't know, we did something good and our teacher gave us it, and one of them was skunk, and I smelled it and I actually went and threw up. Like it was the most disgusting thing ever. Dina, I have a friend also that loves the smell of skunk. I was a girl I worked with, and we worked in a warehouse, and in the summertime, we always had the doors open because it was so freaking hot in there. And every once in a while we'd smell skunk, and she's like, oh my God, I love that smell. And I'm like, that's terrible. See how much you like it when your dog gets a skunk at 3 a.m. and you got to smell it for like the next 2 weeks.
We had that happen to our dog, and I do not wish that upon anyone.
I need to not say much about it because she's gone so far without it this year. I need to knock on some wood or something because it's usually once a year. Once a year she tries to get a skunk, and
If they never learn.
No, she's special. She's just special.
So, how long do you think you would survive in a zombie apocalypse?
I think I'd survive pretty long.
You got good survival instincts?
I feel like I do. Yeah, I feel like I do. I feel like I'd know like the right places to go, and I got ammo. Got a shotgun. I think if you blow their head off, it kills them, right? Is that how you do?
Yeah. Supposedly, that's what TV has taught us. So
Yeah.
they can blow their heads off, and they still may come in.
You can punch a hole right through them pretty much. Usually they're made of paper mache, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd do all right. I'm not sure. I don't really run very well, so that might hurt me, but other than that, yeah, I think I do all right.
What about you, Chuck? Think you
Well,
can
I
survive?
just told my son today that if a zombie got a hold of me, and like if they can detect these things, he'd like sniff my skull, and he'd say, "Brain bad," and he'd let me go. So I think I'd be fine.
You know what
Marcy, I like the smell of cattle barn too.
that made me think of? Do you guys ever watch the movie Young Frankenstein back in the day?
Oh God, a million times.
Yeah, the Abby Normal. Abby
Yes.
Normal.
Abby,
Do you
someone
Do you have an Abby Normal brain?
definitely, definitely.
That was the best. I freaking love that movie. I love
I
all
own
Mel
that.
Brooks movies.
Mike, my dog's crop dusting me all the time. It's quite disgusting.
Yeah, yeah. Our dog, she's got bad. She's not on keto. She's got bad cat.
We have a keto-free dog. She's the one
Yeah.
that's
Oh, it's bad. And it's usually because she sleeps in the room with us. She doesn't sleep in the bed with us. She has her own bed in our room, and it's like middle of the night, and you're like, "Damn it, Gracie!" It's just bad, and I don't know what it is. I really don't know why. She is old, but not that old. I mean, she's 12, but man, it's bad.
Well, my dog is one of our dogs is really elderly and getting old, and it's to the point with him. I mean, he's always had nasty farts, but now, like, if he lets one go, you're like ushering him outside because it's like something's gonna happen, and he
Yeah.
doesn't even know. He doesn't even know what's coming.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm laughing. It's really cracked me up. I just pictured you and Marcy like shoving the dog out the door.
Yeah, I had to do it today because he farted and he was just standing there like he didn't know if something was happening or not either. So I'm like, okay, we're going outside. Come on.
Yeah.
Poor old guy. You know, that's when they make the decision to put you down. That's when they cut. That's when they pull your cord. It's when you start, not controlling that.
Emperor says Andi used to tackle zombies at her job. He is not wrong. That I worked at a place that had a lot of addicts that would come in and steal, and were basically wasted away to nothing. And that Emperor, by the way, that's Anthony.
Oh, hey,
Anthony. Welcome, buddy.
Yeah. So yeah, they were pretty much zombies. They pretty much were zombies. So I think I'm well prepared for the zombie apocalypse.
I don't think I would last very long. I make a lot of dumb choices and not realize it's dumb till my wife tells me I'm making a dumb choice. And like there's been like several times like when now where we live we don't have to mow the lawn, but where we used to live I had to mow all the time. And I told her, I'm like, I understand I make dumb choices, but I'm getting better. And then I was out there mowing and I had a lit cigar with this much ash on the end of it hanging over the gas can while I'm pouring gas in. And I'm just like, you know what? I think she's right. Like, this is how I'm going to be on 1,000 Ways to Die one day because I've done something dumb.
For a split second yesterday, I had a really bad idea. Anthony fixes whenever one of the cars go, something happens. He is able to fix just about everything. So my fuel pump went out on my car this past weekend, or last week. I guess it was last week. And so he ordered the fuel pump and was changing it, and he couldn't get it off. And the first thing I think of was heat it up with a torch because that's when you can't get things off. And then I'm like, okay, bad idea. Bad. That was really bad. And I almost didn't tell him that I had that thought because he's very smart and I'm not sometimes. And yeah. And it actually ended up being the wrong fuel pump. So my car is sitting out there with no fuel pump in it.
I used to work at a farm implement place, and we didn't have the machinery to put the tires on the rims. And I'm talking about the big tires for tractors and implement. And so it became my job. I don't know if you know this trick, but you get the rim in partially, and then you can take a can of ether and spray ether in there. and then light it with a match, and the ether will burn up and it'll seal the tire onto the rim. But it'll also often send this 400-pound tire flipping up in the air.
Oh no.
So that was
That's
interesting. That's when I was young and very quick.
That's scary. That's scary. That's really scary. That's very dangerous.
I mean,
So that was not the best choice.
Chuck, I
Yes,
feel
sir.
you because when I was younger, this is just some of my choices I've made, or one of the examples of choices I've made. Me and my buddy thought it'd be a great idea to fill a hole in the ground with gasoline. So we
Yes.
pour a bunch of gas in and we light it so that we have this huge, this liquid fire going on. And then I'm like, you know what? I should probably put that out so my mom doesn't freak out when she comes out and sees it, because the fire was lit by the garage and it was a wooden garage. So I was like, okay, I'll put it out. And I was wearing flip-flops, so I stuck my foot in it to put it out. And then my flip-flop caught on fire in the top of my foot. So we were trying to put it out, and it ruined my flip-flop and everything. But those are just like the type of things I've done throughout my life, and I don't know how I'm here. Welcome to the Miracle Show, guys. Like, if guardian angels are a thing, I feel sorry for mine. You know what I mean? It's like, Jesus, he's doing it again.
I had a friend ride on the hood of my car while I'm going 60 miles an hour.
Oh my God.
And he was doing, he was like hanging on by the windshield wipers, like looking me in the face. And we're both laughing. But it's like, you look back now and it's like, how freaking stupid do you have to be?
Yeah.
Just anything could have happened, and he would have been dead.
That was a bad idea.
But man, we laughed so hard. Idiots.
Yeah, and I think that we did stupid shit when we were younger, but I think nowadays they're even more dumb. I really do think that. Like, they don't have any damn sense.
Hi, Patty.
Well, and they've got more ways to be dumb with the internet and camera phones and.
That's true. That's true. Hey, let's film it. No.
Right.
Bad idea.
My dad has this theory. It's kind of a reverse type of addition when it comes to teenage boys. If you have one boy, he has one brain. You bring in a second boy, and between the two of them, they have half a brain.
Yeah, yes.
The more boys you add, the less brain there is combined. So there's more chance for stupidity. And
I know
my
my stepbrother and his best friend, we would always joke that they shared a brain, and that was just not. Yeah, Dina, we don't eat Tide Pods. We don't, because we're smart.
I took a bite out of a Gainsburger when I was a kid. Do you remember those?
Oh, yeah, I remember those.
There's dog food that looked like a hamburger patty. I thought it looked kind of good. They didn't taste good.
Did you do it on a dare?
No, I was just curious.
Oh, okay. Because a dare, a double dog dare, that was a big deal. Like, I had a friend that knew if she double dog dared me, that it would be getting done, because I had to do it. It was a double dog dare.
Yeah, like I did stuff like that too, where my friends were like, yeah, but you won't do this, and it's like, challenge accepted.
Yeah.
And now I look back on it, I'm like, God, you made some really dumb decisions.
Yeah. So how old are you guys? How old are you? Because I think we're all about the same age. How old are you guys?
Nate's a baby.
Are you a baby?
How old do you think I am? Before Chuck said that.
Well, now I don't know that he said that. I don't know.
What were you thinking? Just throw a number out there.
I thought you were going to be in your 40s.
I've not aged well.
Oh, okay. Maybe I shouldn't ask that question then.
No, you're good. I am. I just turned 34 in May.
Okay. But without the beard, do you look younger?
No, I look like a chomo.
Chomo.
I would not trust anyone around me without my beard. I'm creepy looking. But I don't think it makes me younger. It just looks weird.
What's a chomo?
I've do what?
What's a chomo?
Oh, you know what a chomo is.
No, I don't.
You really don't?
Oh, wait. I think I just figured it out.
I was like, you really gonna make me say it?
A petty?
Yes.
Okay. Nice. Well, I'm 50, Andi.
All right.
So now you have to tell because you made us tell.
I wasn't gonna ask.
I'm 48.
Okay. So we're close in age.
Yeah, very close. Yep. 48.
I would have picked on you in school if we went to school together. Probably would have touched your food and stuff at lunch.
Oh God, no, don't do that. That's bad. I just remember, you know what else I remember? I remember in high school, like we had school lunch, but you could also get stuff a la carte. And every day at school, I ate a Hostess, a bag of chips, and a Hawaiian punch. I would beat my kid for doing that. Like, I would be like, that's not lunch. But yeah, that's what we ate. Me and my friend, that's what we ate every day. A Hostess, a bag of chips, and a Hawaiian punch every day.
Dang.
I would beat her for that.
Do you have kids?
I have a daughter. She's 20.
Okay.
Well, she'll be 20 in August. She's 19. She doesn't live at home anymore. She has her own place. She's in nursing school, works full time, and goes to school full time. Yep.
Is she into reselling at all?
No. Nope. I mean, she would help me. Like if I was putting stuff into inventory, labeling bags or whatever, she would help me for a little while, and then she would get bored of it. She'll ship my stuff for me sometimes because she lives really close. And if she's going to be out, she'll stop by and get it and ship it for me. But no, she did really, I've even said stuff to her over the years, like, if you don't want it, sell it. You know, we can put it on Poshmark or whatever.
Yeah.
She's like, no. She's like, you can have it. I'll just give it to you to sell. Like all of her formals, I've sold all of her formals and stuff that she didn't want.
Yeah, my son isn't interested at all, and he has a gift for it. Yeah, if we go look, he can tell from across the room. He could look at a Star Wars toy and tell you what year it was made. You know, I'd have to do research for an hour, but yeah, we can't get him into it.
No, he didn't get it. Yeah, because he's got both parents into it, so that's funny.
Well, that's why it's not cool.
Yeah, probably.
That's stupid.
No, we have a really good friend. It's actually one of Anthony's best friends. His son is a big sneakerhead, and he will buy high-end sneakers and then, you know, flip them. And I can't even tell you the name, but we had dinner with them not too long ago, and he flipped a pair of sneakers and made like $1,200 on it. It was like a highly collectible, and it came with like all of these accessories. And so it was like high dollar. I don't know the name. But I know that they told us, but I don't know the name. But yeah, what?
Accessories like shoestrings?
No, it came with like a little plush guy. It came with like a little plush guy, and then it came with like a bag, like not really a dust bag, but like a bag. Like you had to have with the box and everything, you had to have it all together in order to get this much money out of it. So he didn't have any of that stuff, but he knew a guy that had the accessories but didn't have the shoes. So he made a deal with the guy and made $1,200.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
If I find out what that is, I'll send you guys a message and let you know, just for shits and giggles. But
that's awesome.
Because so I think he works at, I want to say that he now works at a sneaker place, but he goes to those shows that, you know, like the big expos that they have, and he'll like source them and then sell them online. I don't know where he sells them. I don't know
When
sells it
you
like
say he goes to those expos, does he actually like get a booth, or does he just go to sell and trade? Or
he goes to like buy, sell, trade. Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've always I've always respected people that have done the shoes because it's like
Yeah.
you have to know so much, and then not only that, you also have to know what's a knockoff and what's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I have no idea.
Yeah, same here.
I mean, I've picked up a couple pairs of Nikes, over the years. They've never really been very sought after and they haven't sold for a whole lot. But I wouldn't know, what are they called? Air Max or something. I wouldn't know what those
Yeah.
are. I mean, I wouldn't know. Now if I found a pair that were in really great shape, I might pick them up just in case. But like the Goodwill and stuff around, all the Goodwills and stuff around here have them priced up so damn high
Same.
that I just don't even mess with it. They had a pair of Reeboks for $50.
That's insane.
I mean, yeah, they look brand new. They were Reeboks.
This drives me insane about Goodwill. I
Yeah.
still go there because I have a fear of missing out, but
Right.
it's like their prices are getting so high that they're literally almost retail or what they're going for on eBay. And it's like,
Yeah.
like you are getting this donated. Like,
Yeah. I think the one, and I went off too. I was checking out the last, not really the last time I was there, but it was a couple times ago. It was very recently. And they had a KitchenAid mixer with the accessories, and they wanted $225 for it. And
Oh my God.
I was like, I was a little loud. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I was like, did you get those for free? Why are you doing that? But the Goodwills around me are really bad now. They
yeah,
keep everything and they put it on the shopgoodwill.com, and they're like, is a bunch of trash. Like you go in, I haven't found anything in a Goodwill other than maybe a couple pairs of Levi's for a long time. There's a thrift store not far from me. It's about 25 minutes away. It's locally owned. And that's where I usually find, if I go to a thrift store, that's where I go.
yeah.
Because they have, there's one kind of across the street, out on the main drag, that is called Volunteers of America. And sometimes they'll have stuff that is pretty good. Like I bought a gas tank for a motorcycle for $30. It was just sitting on the shelf, and I sold it for, did I sell it for like 300?
Wow.
Now I can't even remember. But it was like 300, 350 or something like that, plus shipping. And that was just like a fluke, because they usually don't have things of like, great items. It's so funny because I put it, as soon as I saw it, I put it in the cart because I'm like, I don't know about this. I have a hard time paying up for stuff sometimes because I don't know. I'm cheap. But I just wanted to look it up. I wanted it in my cart. So we get up to the front to check out, and there's these guys who are like, "Oh man, we looked at that," and I'm like, "Okay,
Okay.
you looked at that a couple times. No, you can't have it. It's mine."
Even if I'm not for sure on an item, I'll always put it in my cart, or
Oh,
I'll carry it, because it's like I would rather be holding it and have to fight for it. Someone tries to grab it out of my hands than just leaving it there, and I'm looking it up, and then I just see someone reach over me and like, "Oops, that's mine."
Yeah, that irritates me. That makes me mad. Yeah, I always put it in my cart, even at the bins. Like I've only been to our bins a couple of times because it's pretty gross.
Yeah.
I will put it in my cart, and then I'll go to the side and look stuff up. But I don't really, I've seen so many people get such great stuff at the bins. I'm like, how do you find that? Man.
I've only been a few times, and the stuff I'm seeing compared to what they're finding, it's just like, how are you finding? I'm like you. I'm like, how are you finding this? It just must be my bins. Because, well, I say my bins. The only one that I've stayed a significant amount of time in is Clarksville, just outside Louisville, south of me. I went to a couple in Indianapolis, and those people would stab you over something. So I'm it was rough in there, and the environment seemed very negative.
Yeah,
The way people were acting towards each other. So I'm like, you know what? I value my life, and I don't need this stuff that bad.
Yeah, ours is not in a great part of town, and it's fairly new. Like it's a couple of years old, but I've not been there. I've not been there very often. Been there maybe twice, maybe 3 times, but I think like twice, and I just didn't like it. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of. It's a channel. It's Jack Valentine. It's Jack and Ryan. And they go to the bins and they find all of this like designer stuff that they're selling for $200-$300. And I'm like, how did you do that? I mean, I don't understand that. I think that, I mean, more power to them. I think it's great that you're finding that, but we're not the same.
Yeah.
I know who Jake Ryan is. I don't know who Jack is, though.
I know who Jake Ryan is.
Do you?
Oh, yeah. That's one of my favorite movies when I was growing up.
High five. 16 cameras.
I do not go to the closed minter. I've been to the closed minters in Westerville. There was one that was down the road from where I used to get my nails done. And I've been in there a couple of times, and I did look at the clearance, but I think if I lived closer to one, I would be in there more often, because I think that's the key, is you got to be, just like a thrift store, you got to be in there more often in order to find, stuff. But
I just want to say I feel like an idiot because I'm a gullible person, and I saw in the chat earlier that Robert was talking about high heel Crocs, and then Lissa said something. I think it was Lissa. So I Googled it, and I don't see high heel Crocs, so I don't think they exist.
Yeah, she said something about fur lined ones.
Yeah, you guys got me. I'm like, I have to see this if there's high heel Crocs, and I'm an idiot. So,
are you looking to buy a pair? Is that?
No, I was just curious because I was shocked that they were a thing, and obviously they're not. So
I don't understand Crocs. Like, I know they're making a comeback, but didn't the company close? Like, I was thinking that I heard
thought so.
Closed, but man, people are really like digging the Crocs right now, and I'm like, why? That is such a bad thing. Like, that is I mean, they are comfortable. I've had them. They're very comfortable, but I don't understand the draw to Crocs.
Yeah. We about a little over an hour away, and I don't know if you've ever been to Columbus, Indiana.
No, I haven't. I've been in Indianapolis. That's about it.
It's about an hour away from Cincinnati or so.
Okay.
But they used to, anyways, before COVID, I think, had a Croc dedicated outlet store. So you walked in and it was like just Crocs everywhere.
Yeah.
But that place was always packed. So I guess Of course he did say there is high heel Crocs. Sorry guys, I was just looking for, I guess, actual high heel Croc looking shoes and not thicker heels. So it's my bad. I'm an idiot.
That's okay, Nate.
No, it's not, Chuck. I got to be better.
I think Crocs would be good for, like, you got to run outside to take the dog out, or you want to feed the garden quick, but I wouldn't wear them out in public.
No. Well, we fish. We go fishing a lot, and
I'll check it out, Robert.
They'd be all right for that because, if they get wet, then that's fine. So I could see wearing them like fishing, like you said, gardening, going outside to let the dog out, whatever. But like is actually wearing them to a store or to the grocery store or yeah.
Hey, you used to do hair, Andi?
I did hair for 25 years. Yeah.
Speaking of footwear and doing hair,
I wonder where you're going with this.
Well, my son got his hair cut the other day, and he was really shaggy. He got a lot cut off. And the girl that cut his hair was wearing flip-flops.
Mm-hmm.
And I would be wearing combat boots if I was cutting people's hair. I wouldn't want other people's hair all over my feet. But
Yeah.
Would you wear flip-flops to cut hair?
I used to wear flip-flops. Yeah, I used to wear flip-flops and sandals. It's not a good idea because you do get hair splinters, and they hurt. I would get them in my fingers, and then like in your feet. You get them in your feet too, even in shoes.
What kind of splinters did you say?
Hair splinters, like little pieces of hair.
That's what you said, but I thought I misunderstood you.
And they hurt, and you got to dig them out. But I did used to wear flip-flops, but man, I wore some really bad footwear when I did hair, and now my feet are a mess.
Oh.
Because I thought it was, I wanted to be cute rather than resourceful, I guess. And, and now I'm in for it. But yeah, a lot of people wear flip-flops when they do hair. It's not smart, but we do it. We did it.
Yeah, that would just creep me out, having hair fall on my feet.
Yeah.
Chuck, I was going to say, when I still could get my hair cut, it always seemed like they was wearing flip-flops inside the store. Yeah. So,
but when you do hair, you have hair all over the place. Like, you go home and it's down your shirt and it's in your pockets and it's just everywhere. But I would wear flip-flops.
It was funny because when I finally accepted that my hair was not growing anymore, every time I would go in there, they'd be like, "Oh, we're gonna what'd they say? Like, try to layer your hair," which I didn't have much hair, and I'm like, I don't think they're layering anything, obviously. But they're like, "We're gonna layer it so it doesn't look like you're balding." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks, you noticed." And then
flip the skin over.
Yeah, and then my wife's like, "They're not doing anything but giving you a weird buzz." Like, at that point, because like the top of my hair just does not hardly grow, so it's like, what? Why am I paying? After tip and everything, I was paying almost $30. I'm like, why am I still paying for them not to be able to do anything?
Yeah,
I guess I got my head shampooed.
It's pruning a dead tree, Nate.
I think that men or women, whatever, but men who are balding, they should embrace that and they should just shave their head. Not like down to the scalp, but like get a buzz cut or something. Like, I'm all about just embrace it, because you're not fooling anybody by the whole combing it over. You're not fooling anybody.
I will never do a comb over.
My daughter
just buzz my head now myself, so it's like I save a ton of money, and
you get a ton of money.
It's kind of sad now that I think of it, because I think I only have to do it like once every 2 months or so. It just doesn't grow. It's sad.
My daughter dated a guy that was he was probably 17, 18, and he was balding on top. And he did a whole huge comb over, and then he would wear a hat so that it would look like he had bangs. And it was, but when he took it off, I'm like, because then like I always cut the boyfriend's hair, whoever that may be. So like he was like, "Will you trim my hair up?" And I'm like, "Sure." And he was like, don't cut the top. And I was like, no, this is what we're going to do because it's going to look better. And he was freaking out. And I'm like, no, I'm not cutting a comb over for you. This is terrible. I was like, you're a young guy. This is not okay. So no, we cut it.
Do you cut Anthony's hair?
I do. I cut Anthony's hair. Yep. About every, I don't know, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that. Sometimes we go a little longer, but he's got thick hair, and he wears it really short.
I had an old what was it? He wasn't history. He doesn't even matter. He's probably dead now. But Mr. Wakefield, because he was really old when I was in high school. But he had a comb over, and it was dumb because the comb over was like three or four strands of hair that went over, and I'm just so like, you're still bald with your comb over. just go with it, man.
Yeah, I'm really sad for them because obviously, I mean, there's something about that that really gives them anxiety and,
Yeah.
and they don't want to lose their hair. And I feel for them, I really do. But if they just realize that they're going to look so much better without the three strands
Yeah.
going across their head.
I mean, I've embraced mine. I don't care. Like, I've won. I mean, I guess you can kind of tell by my shirts half the time, but I just don't care what people think about me.
Yeah,
So
I think that's the best way.
I just do me. Like, it's like, I don't care I'm not here to please anyone or family or anything. I just do what makes me happy. So.
I think that's like the best attitude because I really used to, everybody had to like me. I had to be liked.
Yeah.
And now I don't care. I mean, I want to be personable and I want to meet new people and I want people to like what they see when they watch my videos. But on a personal level, I'm not going to change myself to please other people. I mean, unless it's something like changing for the better, like keto. I do keto because I want to lose some weight. That kind of thing. But as far as like changing my personality to please other people, no, I'm too old for that.
No, and the thing is, if they don't like you for how you truly are, do you really want them in your life?
No.
So that's the way I look at it.
No. And I have like gone through my life several times and like cleaned house.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, we have nothing in common anymore. And on that same note, when you have friends that do things for you, that you do things for them, but they don't like reciprocate, you know what I'm saying? Like it's time to get rid of them because they're only friends with you because you do things for them. And if someone's friends with me, I just would rather them be friends with me because they like me.
I was going to say, I don't really have a whole lot of friends, but I keep my circle very small.
Yes.
In my opinion. And I'm not saying anyone in the chat sucks, but most of the time people suck. So don't take that personal anymore. I'm just saying, like, just humans in general usually suck. So, and that's why I keep my circle small of who I trust and everything, because
and see, that's the thing with me is I don't trust people. I don't trust you. I'm very cynical and very jaded. And I think that really a lot of that comes from being in loss prevention and seeing the dregs of society.
Hi, big brother.
But I do have to say, though, since I have been on YouTube and met so many different people, not met in person, but had conversations and things with so many people, I just really like I've been treated very well.
Yes.
Everyone has been very welcoming and very supportive. And I personally have not encountered any negativity whatsoever. I know other people have. I have not personally, had any kind of negativity toward myself. And, I like that. I like that.
I was going to say this whole community to me has been amazing because I'm like you. I've not encountered someone that has been like nasty or just like an asshole to me. And to me, it's like everyone that like the shows that I tune into or go to their lives or the other channels and all of them, it's like a family. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Everyone's here to help each other out and lift each other up. And it's like, this is how the world should work.
Yes. Yes, I agree. I agree 100%. Like, I know that like when people do what sold videos or whatever, they're not bragging. They're showing, because I know like when I do my what solds, I have some really crappy stuff in there too. Like, this didn't do well for us. Or like I sold, I had a couple really great sales last week. And, if you see these out somewhere, pick them up because they will sell well. Yeah. I really like training people. Like when I was doing hair, I was also a trainer for Paul Mitchell. And I had actually another job where I was a trainer, and they sent me to Louisiana for 5 weeks to train a class. I really like training people, which is why I started the channel in the first place, is because I know we made a ton of mistakes. And if I can keep people from making those same mistakes, I think it's great. So yeah, I mean, I know that there is negativity out there, and, people trash talk and all of that. But I don't feel like it's, well, to my face. I've never had it happen to me to my face.
And the way I look at it, like if you want to talk shit about me, I don't care. Just say it to my face, because most of the time I'm gonna laugh at you because it's gonna crack me up anyways. It's like really hard to piss me off unless you're affecting my finances. Then that's a different story. If you're not, if you're just calling me a name, it's probably gonna make me laugh more than anything.
Right.
Hello,
like
thanks for coming, buddy.
Can say what they want to me.
Hi, Cameron.
I am very protective of my friends. And my family, and my daughter. She calls me Mama Bear. She said she's going to give me a shirt that says Mama Bear, because I am Mama Bear. I do not play when it comes to my kid, but with my friends too. I will be there, and I will support my friends 100%. And if someone's being shitty to them, then I'm going to tell them that that's not okay, because I don't like that. Which is probably how I got in certain situations that I did in high school, because I had friends that liked to run their mouth, but they didn't like to back it up.
Oh, I get that too.
Yeah, Keith, I'm with you, Keith, on like clean house and certain things. I like real people that are not fake. And I have a problem too that I don't, and my wife even agrees with, or she calls me out on it, but I don't read people very well. So sometimes I may think that they seem like a nice person, but they could be being an asshole to me. I just don't read it. And I don't know if I'm just oblivious to my surroundings half the time. But I don't know. I need to get better at that.
I think I've just gotten pickier as I got older. When I was a kid, I had tons of friends.
Yeah.
And like some of those people, I think now I have very, very few friends. But I think looking back at who I was friends with as a kid, like if I met them now, the way they acted, I wouldn't be friends with them. I think I just got, you get more selective as you get older.
You do. And, also your values change, your outlook changes and all of that. And I think that has something to do with it too. I mean, I have a handful of friends, and and I love them with my entire heart. But I really don't have room for people that aren't going to respect me the way I respect my friends. I just don't, I'm
always nervous, and like I like watching What Sewed videos, but I'm always nervous for the people doing them, because I'm like, what if you get that one psycho that's like, oh, this person sold all this, I'm going to try to hunt them. You know what I mean? Like find them or whatever. Like if they're in your area, like that, I guess I've watched so many crime shows that I'm just like paranoid about that. Like, because some people make so much and they show it, which nothing's wrong with that, because I like watching them because I learn from what to look for.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I get nervous for them because I'm like, oh my God, what if a psycho like finds them and they're on the next, what is it? The ID channel that has all the crime murder shows.
I always think they're going to get ripped off. Like they show all this expensive inventory they have, and it's in a shed in their backyard. Yeah. And they got this little padlock on there. Like,
no, that too. Cause like what's stopping? I got nervous when we had to have, a plumber come a couple times and fix our plumbing and everything. All the main, access points to the pipes are in my inventory room. So I was like nervous when they came in there because I have all this shit everywhere, which they probably look at it and it's like, man, this guy has a weird hobby. You know what I mean? Like, And then I had one guy asking about some supplements, and I'm like, I'll give you a deal. So I sold some to him while he was here, like just showing him that I don't make much money off of him. Like, just don't come back, please.
Right. Cameron, I think it's in the description.
Yeah, in the description, Andy's links there. So let me know if for some reason it's not working, but I think it is.
Thank you, Cameron.
And if anyone's watching and you don't feel like I've been on your channel, it's really nothing personal because I am just swamped at work. So I don't want anyone to think like you, Andy, Chuck, or anyone that I'm ignoring your channels or anything. It's like I am so like it's work because I'm back at the office now. So it's like,
Yeah.
It's just insane right now. So,
I think because I know I'm subbed to so many people.
Yeah.
That it's like, man, I really want to see this person's videos and this person's videos and this person's videos. But like, you can't watch YouTube all day long. So what I usually do is like, I just go through in chronological order, like whatever comes up on my screen when I hit my subscriptions, and I'll watch a few. But then I'll see someone and I'm like, oh, I haven't watched them in a while. I need to go back and watch their videos.
Yeah.
I always feel bad. Like I feel bad that I don't watch everyone's videos, but
I don't want, and like you may feel this way too. I don't want people to think that I've quit on their channel or anything, but a lot of times I have a habit of, because I'm working during the day, so I'll listen to people's videos.
Yeah.
But I don't think about commenting because I've listened to the video and then I go to the next one and listen to that one, or I listen to lives and I don't chat. And I'm afraid if I chat, like say hi to people in the chat on a live, that I'm just listening. So I'm not even watching. So then they're like, well, what an asshole. He's not even saying hi to me. I lose all the, subscribers because people think I'm just ignoring them. And it's just hard to keep up.
And I do that on live sometimes too. Like if I'm listening and there's a live, I usually get on there and I might say hi when I go in, but I'm listening to it. I'm not looking at the chat because I'm working. I'm listening or taking pictures or doing whatever, and I'm not in there. And then also, same when I'm just like play a playlist and I may not comment on every.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll make sure I like it for them, but I may not comment on everybody's videos, but I am watching. I watch a lot. I watch a lot of resellers, and I really like watching the people that I want to say like less than 1,000 subscribers, but that's not really right either. But the people that are still they care about what they're doing. They care about what their content and all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm not dissing people that are more popular. I just don't really watch their stuff as much because I would rather support the people that are supporting me, which are the people with less subscribers. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
you feel like they don't need you.
I love supporting. I'm still really small channel, but I like to even watch and comment when I can on like the channels with only like 10 or 20 subscribers, because I was there at one point and I understand how it seems hopeless when you're at that level and it's like, why am I making videos when only 10 people are subscribed? Like, what's the point? But I mean, it's just
that's how you grow, though. I mean, the first video that I made, I pretty much thought it was kind of a shit show, but I just, I made it anyway. And then I made the second one, and then I made the third one because I'm like, eventually someone's going to watch them, and eventually, maybe they're going to like them, and maybe they're going to subscribe to me. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm not ignoring your channel, Lissa.
Hello, Patrick.
Hi, Patrick.
I like to go on Nate's channel just to give him thumbs down all the time.
I appreciate that, though.
You're welcome.
I would feel so sad if you didn't.
And Gino, too. Is Gino still here? I haven't seen him in a while. He hasn't said anything smart to me. I'm surprised.
Oh, my gosh. He's so funny.
He kills me. He's hilarious.
So funny.
I didn't expect him to be so funny. And then when we met up with Johnny last weekend, I didn't expect Johnny to be so funny because
I like Johnny.
I watch his morning show and he laughs at his he has guests on and he kind of lets them speak and he's a good host.
Yeah,
so you never
right.
see really him expressing himself, but he's a funny guy too.
Keith, I have trouble coming up with my own content. Not the live show because I always make sure I make it to me and Chuck's show, but just coming out with videos, it's hard to find time. I need to get better at it. I suck.
Yeah. Well, and I really had planned on doing a lot of yard sale videos, but I just got a ton of free stuff that I am working through, and I cannot go get more inventory until this inventory is put away because it's in my living room, and that's like a no zone. Like no, I don't allow stuff in my living room because it's my living room. It's supposed to be my, my place. I have 3 other rooms in this house that are eBay related, and I just really, really don't want stuff in my living space. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I have to get that out before I can even. So basically, it's what sold videos. I am going to go through in my free stuff that I got. I found some stuff that was really damaged, and just kind of to explain what to look for when you get certain items before you actually buy them. I didn't buy any of this, it was all free. But before you, like looking at the battery compartment and all of that, because most of this stuff had batteries in it for the last 18 years. So it's all just trashed. I'm probably still going to sell it. I may lot it together and sell it as is.
See you, Tamara.
But it's really, I don't know. It just really was a big letdown. But, that's something that when I first started, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about looking in the battery compartment to make sure it wasn't corroded,
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to do something like that because I need to do more content other than just what's sold. And I'm not thrifting because I have all this free crap in my house.
Maybe, just a suggestion, which I should probably listen to my own advice sometimes, but maybe just do like a time-lapse video or something of you listing your, you know what I mean? Like, there's always someone wanting to watch something like that. Because I think Ella from Save Here First, she does it's kind of like, is it a time-lapse?
I love her what sold videos.
Yeah,
because
me too.
To me, I don't know what it is, but those just zen me out. I'm just relax. I love it. Also, like I did film, and I haven't put anything to it yet. I did film me putting away clothing inventory because, showing my inventory system and what I do. If you're one that, someone that sells clothing or new at selling clothing, because I do have an actual inventory system for my clothing. My hard goods are basically in a bin with a number on it. But like my clothing, every piece has an inventory number because we have so much of it that's the only way that I know to keep control of it.
Yeah.
So I did actually film that, but I haven't done anything with that yet.
Hi, Josh. Yeah, that's the thing too. It's like I don't know if you go through this too, if you film something, but I film something. I'm like, who the hell wants to watch this? Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
every freaking week I go through that.
Yeah, it's like, do I want to really finish editing this? And like, because to me, I hate listening to myself. So it's like this is stupid.
Yeah, I have two YouTube channels, and the other one, I actually started it before I started my reseller one. I kind of did that in preparation for my reseller one. And like, there have been times where I'm editing the video and I'm like, nobody wants to see this. Nobody wants to see this. Yep. This is stupid. Why are you even putting that up? But then I finish editing and I put it up anyway, because why the hell not?
Exactly.
Why not? It's fine.
Somebody will like it. It's just like
Someone will
eBay.
like it.
You list every piece of crap you find because somebody will buy it.
Dude, I literally just sold yesterday a Bath
sold
and
yesterday?
Body Works candle holder, a pineapple candle holder. And I'm like, I go, did I make a mistake buying this? And I only had it for a couple weeks, and I ended up selling that thing. It wasn't much, but it's $15.95. They paid shipping, so they were $21 in for this freaking pineapple-looking candle holder. I'm just like, I have $1 into this.
You know what though? One thing about stuff like that is certain stores like Bath and Body Works or other stores like Scentsy. I mean, an online store, but Scentsy, they discontinue things so fast that someone will go look for that because they had it at one time and liked it, which I love. I love that happens. Like, and I did a post on the Nextdoor app telling people that instead of taking stuff to the thrift store, like after their yard sales or their spring cleaning, to send me a message and I'll come get it. So I've gotten a lot of trash. I get a lot of crap, but I've also found some really great things. And there were 2 Scentsy warmers in one of the bins, and they were both discontinued. And they sell for like $35, and I got them for nothing. So
that's awesome. I think I'm going to do that. You've inspired me to do that because I usually drive around and look for the yard sales to like put stuff on the side of the road.
Yeah,
that makes more sense of putting an ad out and having the people contact me because they don't want to put it up.
Right. Yeah. Usually, if they don't sell it, they don't want it to come back in their house because it's stuff that they didn't want anyway. So I think that, so I decided to put an ad. Yeah, I put an ad or a post, and I just said, before you donate, if you have a yard sale or if you're doing your spring cleaning, before you donate it, let me know. I'll come get it for you. And I've actually got a lot of stuff doing that. And like I said, some of it's trash. And basically what I do, I've got a lot of clothing. So I have 2 bins and I just kind of go through them really fast and just chuck it in the bins because I don't want to spend a bunch of time doing it because then time is money.
Yep.
So I just chuck it in the bins if it's not something I'm willing to sell. But like some of it, I've lotted it together and sold it. I've sold 2 pair of Adidas pants for $30. They shipped to, in a had a flat rate together and plus shipping. So I think it's worth it. I really do.
If we had bin stores around here, I'd make videos called Chuck It in the Bins.
That would be awesome.
Do you not have one close to you?
Closest one is, I don't know, over an hour. It's in Madison, and I've never been in there.
You have to find some good stuff to justify that trip.
Yeah. And then it's mostly clothing, so I'm not into that.
Yeah, there's so much clothing. There's so much bad clothing.
Yeah.
At our bins, at my bins, I know. Not everybody's just like that. There's a guy that I follow on Instagram, and I can't remember, but I know he's in Texas. But he gets everything. Like, that's his main source is the bins, or are the bins. And he gets so much stuff. And I'm like, why is that? I just don't. Like, it's trash.
Well, where's your main place to source, Andi?
Is a little Amish thrift store.
Really?
About 25 minutes away. They have really great items. They have like unique items. It's in a town that has quite a bit of money. There's Amish there, but there's also quite a bit of money in the town. So like I find all kinds of stuff there. And a lot of it's unique items or I found golf clubs the other day, and no, they're not like amazing golf clubs, but they're decent golf clubs, and they were 50 cents a piece.
Wow.
So they were the 50% off. They were $1. They were the 50% off color. So I grabbed them. I haven't sold any yet, but like I was talking earlier, like cross stitch kits. There are certain cross stitch kits. I found a Peanuts character's cross stitch Christmas stocking, and I think I paid $3 for it, and I sold it for like $35. So I don't really buy much clothing there, but like their shoes are really decent price. I found a pair of New Balance women's shoes that were like a waterproof hiking shoe and sold them for $72. Like, and they were pristine, like they were in amazing condition. So
Wow.
their shoes are in great shape, and their prices are good. And so that's if I'm going to a thrift store, that's the one I'm going to.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like it there a lot. But I always leave with something.
That's good because I really hate spending a day and come up. I consider empty-handed when I only come back with like a few items. It's just like I
Yeah.
just wasted a day that could have been spent listing other items.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's been days where I've gone to, 4 or 5 thrift stores and found nothing. And I'm like, what? And then like you said, you've wasted the whole day. You could have been doing something else.
And it's so frustrating because I don't know about you, but I mentally beat myself up. I'm like, did you really plan your day out well enough? Because obviously you struck out, which I know you're not going to strike gold every single day. It's unrealistic. I think anyways, maybe there's people out there that do, but
no, and you don't have any control over what is in them. I mean, and also too, you don't want to do the thing where, well, I got to leave with something. So then you end up buying some piece of crap that you're not going to list anyway. It's going to sit in your death pile for the next 5 years until you donate it. So I'd rather leave with nothing than leave with things that I'm actually not going to list because they're not worth anything.
Yeah, and the thing is, that's one thing that I did when I first really got serious about it. I would go into a place and I would make sure I came out with something.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, why did I buy this? Like, it's going to make very little profit, and it's just going to sit there forever because I know it's not going to make much money. So it's like,
right.
I
got out of that habit. I've learned that it's okay to feel like a thief and just walk out of the store without purchasing anything, or not feel like I'm missing out on something because it's just not worth it.
Yeah, like my last haul video, which has been a while, I went to that thrift store and then I went to 2 Goodwills afterwards and didn't buy a damn thing at either one of the Goodwills. And I'm just like, why did I even go there?
Yeah.
So like the next time I went, I'm like, I'm not even going to go to the Goodwills. I'm just going to go to this little mom and pop place and see what they have. I consider myself very fortunate that I do have some avenues of free stuff. No, it may not be gold, but it's still stuff that's going to sell.
It's money. That's the way you gotta look at it. It's money.
And no matter what, like I got this box of, I called it my box of poultry because it was like chickens and roosters, like ceramic crap.
Yeah.
But some of them were actually worth something, and I sold them. And I'm like, what? And I paid nothing for them. So there's something to be said for that. What I'm trying to not do is list the things that are only going to sell for like $10. Too many of them. That way I don't want my average sale price to go down in doing this, although it is income.
No, I completely understand that. Yeah, listen, I had to get out of that of basically guilting myself into buying something just because I did not find anything worth it.
Yeah, and I think we all do it, or we have all done it. You're like, I don't want it to be a total waste. I'm just going to buy this thing. I'm going to buy this pair of shoes, and maybe they're not in the greatest shape, but I'll be able to get a couple bucks for them. And then you end up not even listing them because they're not worth a crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would rather leave now, after doing it for a while, I would rather leave empty-handed than leave with crap because I've left with crap a lot.
Same here. I'm like, I'll just leave it. It's gonna be there the next time. There's still stuff in our Goodwills here that have been there for a year now, and it's just like,
yeah. And things are supposed to go to a bin store or something after a while.
Yeah.
So that they're going through that, say, I don't know if your Goodwills do the 50% off color, but say purple is 50% off. And if it's still there, then it's going to go another, 5 weeks before it hits purple
Yeah.
again. And it's still going to be there.
Well, we're
Oh,
at
Dean,
the
okay.
9 o'clock mark. So,
All right. Thanks, guys.
do you have anything you want to share that you're upcoming on your channel? Any other lives you may be going on or anything like that?
On the 25th, I am going to be on Johnny's morning show, Cajun.
Oh, awesome.
And I know that I'm going to be on Leroy and Mo's show again. I was on it last week, but I'm going to be on it again in the next couple weeks coming up, but I don't have a date for that yet.
Oh, that's awesome.
But definitely the 25th, I'm going to be on Johnny's morning show.
Are you going to be uploading any videos over the weekend or in the next week?
Probably. I do have a couple what sold things that I want to do. And then, like I said, everything I'm going to do, because I did have some people when I did a video of all this free stuff that I just got from my mom's house. I had a couple people say, give us an update, give us an update. Cause I didn't know what was in some of these boxes. So I may go through an update and then show, like I said, about some of the stuff that's not going to sell very well because it's corroded or, it's been doing this or whatever. So I think I am going to do that. I'm going to mix that with my what sold just so it's not all what sold. And I'm only going to do like 10 what sold and then, go to something else and do something else. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dina.
Sorry.
After I get off here, we're doing the Death to the Death pile with Dina and Miss Taffy and Kayla from Treasures Noir. Yes. And that's going to be until we get done, until we decide that we're not doing it anymore tonight.
Oh my God.
Awesome.
Which is usually a couple hours. I think the last time was maybe midnight. But you know what? We got a lot of stuff listed and man, we had some really great sales. Dina had some really great sales. I had some really great sales. I don't know about the other two ladies, but yeah, that's what we're doing
awesome.
right after this. Go to Thrifty.
Everyone, head over. Who do you say? Yeah, on Dina's channel.
Yep, Thrifty Junker.
After this, and check out that. It's going to be awesome.
We'll start at 9:30.
This is probably the most we've ever talked about eBay on this show.
I know.
YouTube. It's weird. Andy kept us focused.
And I was wondering about that. I'm like, they don't usually talk shop. I mean, I was prepared to answer some screwed up questions from Nate. Some of those crazy.
I only got like 3 questions out there.
I know. I was waiting for it. Yeah. Whatever. I'm just here. Whatever.
You got anything coming up, Chuck?
No. I'll just keep putting crappy videos out. People. You can watch them if you like. No, they're actually. I got a really big video coming out next Wednesday, from our collab from last weekend. But it's the actual footage of us thrifting and the stuff I found. So
that's fun. Is that coming up the next Wednesday? Like coming up?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Cool. What about you, Nate?
Well, I meant to put out some videos last weekend. I sucked. Got busy this weekend. We're going to be a little bit busy, but I got to put out some videos because it's been way too long and I need to learn to not think about work all the time. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do. Probably some what sold, and then I may attempt to film a couple of yard sales. But for some reason, our yard sales around here suck. And I talked to Froggy Flips. And he told me to go up to Greenwood. It's about 45 minutes north of me. And he said around there and then the Indianapolis area, there's a lot of sales, and he would suggest that. So who knows where I'll end up this weekend, but I need to post the videos.
Well, I was talking to Mr. Beast the other day, and no, I'm just kidding.
I was like, damn.
Name dropper.
No, that was not a flex. I was just asking him how the yard sales work because he's close to me, okay?
Okay. Sure.
Well, that's all we got. Next week we'll be on Chuck's channel, so make sure you are subscribed, which I'm pretty sure everyone in here is. Make sure you subscribe to Andi. Check out her channel, and then at 9:30 go over to Dina's channel Andi will be live there with Dina, and you say Miss Taffy?
Miss Taffy and Kayla from Treasures Noir. I can never say that right. Treasures Noir.
That's tricky.
But make sure everyone goes over there and support them because they're all great.
We're doing a listing because we're doing Death to the Death Pile. So we're just sitting there listing and chit-chatting, talking crap.
I love it. I'm going to check it out.
Thank you, everyone. And Andi, thank you for being on this week. It was awesome.
Thank you so much for having me.
You have so much information. Like I'm gonna try the whole trying to get people to give me their yard sale stuff when they're done.
Do it.
So everyone have a good night, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.